Ms. Husking, may I have a motion on the consent agenda?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that the consent agenda consisting of the regular City Council meeting minutes of August 28, 2008, and Resolution 2008-122, a special event license for the Installation, Morale, Welfare, and Recreation Fund's Family Fun-themed event on September 26th, 27th, and 28th, 2008 at Veterans Memorial Park be approved.
Second. Moved and seconded. All in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. New business, Mr. Mueller, item number 3, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2008-123, application for location transfer of liquor licenses, Series number 7, for the Beverage House, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. This is one of 2 applications for the Beverage House. Ms. Adams.
Mayor Strain, members of council, this is an application, first of 2, as you said, for a transfer of a Series 7 liquor license, which is a beer and wine bar liquor license, from the current location of the Beverage House Plus on Wilcox Drive to 256 West Fry. The public hearing notice was posted on the new location. It's the old furniture store.
Okay. Yeah.
Was posted the required 20 days. The police department has done the required background check and recommends approval. And if approved tonight, it will be forwarded back to the State Liquor Board for final action.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? All in favor? It's unanimous. And item number 4, Mr. Reardon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2008-124, application for location transfer of liquor licenses, Series number 9, for the Beverage House be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Ms. Adams.
This is the companion license. This is their license to sell alcohol, spirituous alcohol, beer and wine. And if approved tonight, it was also posted the required 20 days. The background check was done. And if approved tonight, it will be returned to the state for final action.
Okay. All in favor? It's unanimous. Thank you. Item number 5, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that that Resolution 2008-125, addendum to the City Attorney's contract, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Mr. Sanders or Ms. Jacobs? Or Ms. There. Oh, there you are.
Mayor Strain, members of council, by using an employment contract, Mr. Fowler was appointed as city attorney by the city council. As required by the contract terms, any amendments to the contract must be approved by city council in a public meeting by resolution. This resolution amends the city attorney's contract by increasing the annual salary effective September 15, 2008. I would be pleased to answer any questions that you have about this agenda item.
Okay, thank you. Any comments or from council? All in favor? It's unanimous. And as I do from time to time for both those present in the room as well as the audience watching, many of these motions which come before the council in a formal session and an open session have already been discussed at an open session work session. So council's pretty well informed about what's going on before they come to this meeting. What's our next one here? Number
6.
Number 6.
Mr. Mayor, I move that Resolution 2008-126, development agreement with Crossroads Corporate Center, LLC, be approved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Who we got up here? Ms. Jacobs?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. A developer is requesting a small development agreement for a project that is being planned for the property just east of the Algonquin Bella Vista Water Company, which is right off of Campus Drive and the bypass. This particular project, which consists of 2 commercial office buildings, will include an architectural feature intended to improve the look of the building that happens to be 2 feet taller than what our development code requires. The city staff very much supports the use of architectural features to enhance, and in the future, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, this is the type of thing that won't need to come before you. As you know, one of your strategic objectives is to put together architectural guidelines, and those are in process and should be completed by the springtime, and then they will apply to all buildings and will allow types of flexibility like this, so you won't have to see this in a development agreement in the future. This particular developer also, though, has agreed to make some improvements to the median access point to improve safety along Campus Drive. As you know, in the very near future, there will be a signal installed at that location which will go into the future Super Walmart Sam's Club site across the bypass from this particular location. The access point into the current Algonquin Bella Vista Water building is too close to the intersection, and that improvement needs to be made, and this developer has agreed to do this. So with that, Mr. Mayor, the city staff recommends this development agreement for your approval.
Are there any comments or observations from council?
Mr. Mayor, I'd just like to say thank you to the staff for being aware of the potential hazards of development and that protecting the people of Sierra Vista, because access is a big problem with new development. So I think this is going to really help the situation as we can see it developing with the Campus Drive properties coming up. Thank you.
Councilwoman Husking, thank you very much for those comments, and I did forget to add that this developer has also agreed to record a cross-access agreement so that if Bella Vista Water Company decides to construct their side of an access point through their parking lot, that folks wanting to take a left into their property will be able to continue to do so in the future, and they would simply go through their parking lot to do so. And the curb cut into the water company will not be closed, but it will end up being a right-in, right-out only.
Okay. We note that Mr. Morrow is here. Does he care to make any observations? Okay. Okay. All in favor? It's unanimous. Item number 7, Mr. Mueller. Or is it Ms. Husky?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move that Resolution 2008-127, Development Agreement with St. Stephen's Episcopal Church, be approved.
Second.
Okay, Ms. Jacobs?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. This is another small development agreement for St. Stephen's Church. They are in the process of planning for a small addition, classroom, and some administrative space on their property. As you can see from the map, they currently abut the county property, and this particular neighborhood was originally planned in the county and therefore does not include curb, gutter, and sidewalk in most of this neighborhood. The city's development code does require any new development to install curb, gutter, and sidewalk, but obviously having it in one particular location with a sidewalk that doesn't really connect to anything is not logical for our neighborhood. However, the church has agreed to participate in a local improvement district in the future should one move forward for the installation of additional infrastructure at some point down the road. There's one other minor item on this development agreement, and that is that the city would agree to waive the requirement for a screen wall, a brick wall, which would be on the area that you note on the map where it says trees to remain or be replaced. That area, which is to the east, would require a brick wall, and rather than doing that and essentially blocking the view of that residence's where they have now, they have agreed to simply enhance the landscaping in that area, and we certainly agree. But again, it's included in this development agreement because it's outside of the development code. So Mr. Wayne Flassar is here representing the church this evening and is happy to answer any specific questions you may have about the development.
Council, comments? And I note that members of the church are also here tonight. Welcome, folks. Glad to see you. All in favor? It's unanimous.